Hello there. Today I want to talk about territory defense. It's quite suitable that my alliance has a defense very soon, and so I decided to do a live defense video. It will not be live, but you will be part of our defense, and there's always a good chance that during a defense you get attacked by another alliance, and today there's quite a good chance to be attacked by a very big alliance. So at the beginning of the video, I don't even know how much you're gonna see today. In defense, and this time it will be the defense of TRIS, so that means TRIS Alpha and TRIS Beta, and we will have to defend both of those systems. In both systems, you will have, first of all, capture nodes. If you put ships on those capture nodes, then you will get more points, but it's not the only way to get points. Every ship in the system of an alliance that is actively taking part in this takeover, that means that either defends or has paid for the takeover, will score points. You will see it later when the defense started. And on capture nodes, you just get more points. And if you can manage to kick other ships from those capture nodes and put your own ships on, obviously that's a big advantage. And that happens in both systems, in TRIS Alpha and TRIS Beta. And for this, every ship that is there from, in our case with the defense, our alliance, in either of those systems in open space or on a capture node, will score points on mining nodes as well. But it makes no big sense to put ships on mining nodes if you don't have an active horizon defense, for example, that makes the ship much stronger in defending, and just put a normal miner there that goes OPC, that means overprotected cargo, and then the enemy that kills you even gets resources for that. That doesn't make big sense. So only put something on a mining node if you have this active miner defense, which comes for several kinds of miners, for the horizon or for faction miners, and for the sarcophagus. I already made the video on the sarcophagus, the introducing video already, and there I talked about the capture nodes. But in either case, with the capture nodes, make sure not to occupy them before the active defense has started. Otherwise, it can be that you don't get points at all because it's not counted and you have to refresh first before it counts. So wait until it starts. When ours starts, you will see what is shown on the screen. And there's one thing I do right now that can be quite helpful. I'm scouting all surrounding systems with a cloaked ship, so they won't know that I'm there. But I can have a look if there is anywhere a big fleet assembled to attack us. There's no guarantee if you don't see one that you're not attacked, but if you see one that already assembles right at the time of your defense, then you can guess that it's most probable that they might attack you. And so it's a good thing to do right before your defense. It doesn't make sense to do it hours earlier, but at the beginning of your defense or close to it, then you can get a warning at least. And of course you need to spread out your ships. I will, because I'm filming at the same time, already send my sarcophagus next to a capture node. So as soon as the defense starts, I can put it on the capture node. And we have told our people who goes to what position and so on. And I'm gonna send my ships there accordingly. So that means I will quickly send my ships out as well, where I want them. I always bring a mantis. I talked about it in the mantis video as well, because I can sting other players and weaken them. And that might help if some players arrive and want to take over your territory that are bigger than you. With the help of the mantis, you might be able to still kill them. So you see there's a lot of preparation going on. You see a lot of ships of my alliance in both systems. And also some of our allies have already arrived to help us just in case if we are under attack. That's a nice thing with the diplomacy in this game. You have friends, you have allies, if you're lucky, and they will help you in these cases as well. They will also help you defend your territories. And right now the defense has started, and so I'm sending my Sarko on the capture node. You see your alliance has joined a takeover, and it also says the system which is about, and with all my ships you see they are in one of those two systems. The Sarko, the sarcophagus, we always call it Sarko. The Sarko is on a capture node, and that's why it has this certain symbol. And my other ships are just idle in open space. That's why you have this sleeping symbol there. But they are all counting, they're all getting points now in the defense. Even if the counter hasn't started working, but that is nothing new. There sometimes is quite a lag in there. Let's see if I jump to the other system. I have ships in both systems there. The points are. We counted 211 points. You see it on the top right of the screen now. And you also see right next to it on the left that there are 43 minutes and 40 left. That's because it's a 2-star system, and a defense or takeover in a 2-star system takes 45 minutes. In a 1-star system, it's 30 minutes, and in a 3-star system, it's 60 minutes. There are 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star systems, and all bring certain kinds of resources and different kinds of isogen. Isogen 1 you find in 1-star systems, Isogen 2 you find in 2-star systems, and Isogen 3 you find in 3-star systems. The good thing is that we are not under attack yet, and so I still can explain a little bit, but you won't see the fun of fighting. But nevertheless, the systems are all marked. You can see there are 2 of those symbols here. One of those symbols at the moment we have a 1-star and a 2-star system, and there's a free 3-star system connected to our territory. All your territories need to be connected with each other, and that doesn't mean the big marking in the middle between our two territories. It means those warplanes you see, that's those small ones that are connecting certain star systems. Those connections you need to be able to take over such a territory. And all your systems must be connected by this, otherwise you can't have them. And you can only have a maximum of 5 of them. And of course today I'm skipping a bit through the defense. I will not wait 45 minutes with you if nothing happens, which I hope, but under certain circumstances at the moment, how territories have shifted on our server, and so we really do expect an attack. If that doesn't happen today, it would be quite a miracle. But we had attacks before, and we fought off even bigger alliances that came with 2 of their allies, and we won. Even being the biggest ones doesn't always mean that you win. So territory defense is a very interesting thing. But you have to keep in mind that you need to occupy all the capture nodes, which should have happened by now, because I'm filming one of my Commodores was taking charge of that. That it happened, and you see all the capture nodes here are occupied. Let's have a look in the other system. Yes, all capture nodes are here, are occupied as well. Yeah, obviously there was not enough material to fire the horizon defense again, so that's why the ship has left. That's what I saw, because all the ships have the symbol of the takeover next to them. And yeah, now it's the graphics playing up again. That happens sometimes on Scopely. But as I said, you see the symbol next to the ships with a defense. Yeah, the pink is still there. But if Horizon is on a mining node with active Horizon defense, it has a second symbol next to it. I can't show you at the moment because it was recalled, because obviously there was not enough material to activate the Horizon defense this time. But the warplanes I talked about earlier with the territories have an important aspect for the defense as well, because only from the directions of these warplanes you see, in the case of Tris Beta, there are three on 4 o'clock, on 7 o'clock, and on 10, 11 o'clock-ish. Only those paths can be taken by enemy ships to jump into that system. And that means if you're preparing a defense, you can pick those places to pick away enemy ships jumping in immediately. That might be a little helpful in case of tactics. Of course, you always have to count in cloaked ships. You can't see a cloaked ship jumping in and attack it immediately, so that can always happen. But the most ships that would come in case of an attack will not be cloaked, and so you can just pick them right at the beginning when they come in. And so I'm a bit far from the edge this time. Usually I go a bit closer, but I was filming, and so I was not sorting my people even more there. But you see that they are in this 10-11 position. Others are in the position down there, and some are expecting an attack from even our own system because they might fly through our system. And so even an attack from Tris Alpha is possible here. And that's where ships are spread that are able to intercept intruders that are coming into the systems. And that is some interesting fact. And something I have to mention, at the moment I can clearly see we are not in imminent danger of losing point-wise, because I can see that only our points are counting there at the moment. So no other alliance has so far, I must say so far, joined this takeover, and in our case the defense, because otherwise their points would be counting there too. And even if they just paid for the takeover and haven't arrived yet, there would be a 0. Except there is one of those legs again on Scopely. That's another point. But we are not safe because nobody has attacked yet. The points are counting. It's a nice number of points as well for the time we are here. But we still have 33 minutes. And the last part of the defense or the takeover, depending on what kind of system, is a speed round. And there everything counts triple. So even if another alliance waits until the speed round to attack us, they can still beat us. If they, for example, wipe us out quickly and then collect all those triple points, depending on the number of the ships they're coming with. So even then they can win. And that is something you will see later in the video. I will always skip ahead, as you know, and you will see that it will say where the number is now. It says Overdrive, and in that time it counts triple. And so you're not safe only because you survived the first 10 or 15 minutes. 45 minutes are a very long time, and especially with this Overdrive, with a speed round, it's a thing where you have to stay vigilant until the very end. And one thing I must not forget, it's hard to see too much on the screen, but in case of a fight you want to see as much as you can. And so there's a nice little button on the bottom right of the page, right next to Tris Beta, so the system stuff. Just press the button and a lot of the stuff on screen disappears. That's the battle mode. So you have far more places where you can press and click ships, and you have a better overview. And so, especially when you are under attack, this one is really important. Obviously, in a video about defenses, while I'm actively playing this game, I will not tell you all our tactics and strategy for defending or takeover, but it still includes the basics of everything you need to know. In tactics and strategy, of course, you have to find your way with your alliance, how to deal with an attack, and there are really different versions how you can do that, but some things I still have to keep secret, otherwise the people that didn't attack us will attack us because I told you too much. So I have to keep some things for myself. But we have more than 5,000 points so far. That's quite nice, and only 22 minutes to go, so more than half of the defense is over. But as I said in the beginning, we are not safe yet. The speed round hasn't started yet, and until the speed round is well into time, everybody can still beat us if they bring enough ships. So even those 5,000 pounds can still be beaten. As you could see right now, when the 15-minute countdown has been reached, the overdrive started. That's what I always call the speed round. From now on, all points count triple. So even if an attacker waited until now to attack us, they still can be successful, because now you can get triple points. And even if we are half an hour in, it's still possible to easily beat us in this speed round. And there you can see how fast it went. Now in the speed round we already have more than 10,000 points. That's what I meant when I said we can still be beaten, because in the speed round you collect points so much faster than in the usual time that it's absolutely possible to attack when the speed round starts and still win. So the last 30 seconds of our defense are running now, and we have not been attacked, so nobody tried to take over our territory. Although in the current surrounding on our server, I'm a bit surprised. I rather expected an attack today. That would have been a bit more busy, and I would have not been able to talk that much during the defense. So it's better for your video if you have never been in a takeover or a defense. If you're just starting the game, for example, and just wanted to get a little glimpse into what's coming. And there you see we are victorious, and we captured Tris, although we defended it, but we have it for at least another week. That's the issue. Every week you have to defend your territory. So you don't take it over once and then you have it for all times. You have to defend it over and over again the whole time in the game. And you see all the markings have been gone. The sarcophagus marking went gray again. That's another sign that the takeover is over. And I hope I could give you a glimpse into defense of territories and that you enjoyed the video. If you have any topics that you would like me to do a video on earlier, because I have a million topics I have to do videos on, but if you have something you would like to see, write it in the comments, and I have a look if I maybe can do that video a bit earlier than I was planning to. And if you want to see another video right now about cruise ships or whatever, one of those will be right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.